Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. Another PCM, this time working on a 2008 Land Rover LR3 PCM. This is sent by me by Guy in New Jersey. He has a concern on a cylinder 3, or actually not cylinder 3. He said he has a random misfire happening on the vehicle. It's not a common problem on these computers. This is definitely a very robust and very well designed due to protections. The coils are smart coils, so very, and you know, not common for a coil to damage the trigger unless it's, something repetitive and repetitive. It might, if it gets a shortifiable reference, to happen. Let me just go over to some of the information that I have. As usual, I try to gather all the information possible. This is a two connector ECM. This is from Pro. This is what I have to work with. Look at the numbers in there. You have to decipher, but luckily for me, the computer itself is smart and it shows that it has a 96 pin and a 58 pin. So this looks like it has a 73. And if I go back to Pro, it gets a little better to read. I think I might have it still that open. Let me just see. Because at least on the pinouts for the computer, it shows better, and this is at least better. I don't know why they cannot have that, because if I go over to the pinouts, it shows a 96 pin, and it shows connector CO634, 634, sorry, and then a connector CO35, CO635, which is the 58 pins. Um, So in the 96 pin is where all the coils are and all the injectors as well. Not sure why Land Rover named it like that, but if we get closer, we can see that from 54 over to 61, sorry, 62, right? No, 61. It says that we have the control for the coils, but it says 4B, 4A, 3B, 3A. So 2B, which one is which, right? Luckily, on Identifix, I was able to, yes, I always check differences on all the sides and try to gather the correct information because I don't have the vehicle here. So if I follow coil 3 and injector 3, let me just start with injector. So I have injector 3 and injector 7. If I go there, it shows us injector cylinder 3A and 3B. So 3A is injector 3 and 3B is injector 7. Let me just make sure I'm saying that's correct. So 82 is 3A and that goes to injector 3. So the same thing goes on the coils. So we have 3A and 3B. So let me just select, yeah, we got right here 3A as injector 3. So let's just select 3A and follow that line over to the coils. They're right here, and that is ignition coil 3. If I select then coil 4, sorry, coil 7 pin 4. This is a 4 pin coils, and we go back. Now we will have 3B selected as well. So that is how I find the information. Let me see what else I got in there. No, just me, and for the Curvetracer, which I'm about to show as well, the test with the Curvetracer, I always gather a good ground. In this case, on the connector with 58 pins is pin 1. I'm using it as a ground for my Curvetracer test. I went and mapped out the entire area where the injectors and all that is in the board. And I'm going to show you a short video that he sent me. But so I have marked the injectors, coils, coil and injectors 3 and 7. But for the Curvetracer, I got all the tests for all the coils, injectors, and some other areas that I normally do, sorry, on the computer. But yeah, as you can see, if I zoom in here, we have injector 7, injector 3, cord 3, coil 7. If we follow this, we got 3737 coils, C as a coil, E as an injector. This IC controls injectors. These ICs in here control the coils, and these ones too. So we have two ICs the controlled injectors as well in there. All right, so that's what I mapped out. Yes, that is a touch screen that I have in here to try to give you guys the best possible view on the videos and try to make this as fast as possible. All right, so I'm going to play. Okay, so first, let me see the faults. So the fault that I see on his scanner is very, very specific on cylinder 3. And that P0316 it says as misfire detected on the startup on the first 1,000 revolutions. So it's a low speed misfire, but it's definitely counting and counting and counting. And I can see that also on the video that he recorded. Let me close this too. So he recorded this short video. Let me just make sure I take this voice out. But what I want you to see is I'm going to restart the video. So let me put them in here. Look at the start, 255 counts. That's maxed out. The rest, yes, we got misfires on cylinder 6 and cylinder 4. Some I always or sometimes disregard those because when you have a cylinder that's a dead misfire, it can trigger, because the engine is not running well, it will trigger some other misfires. But if we see one, let me just go back into that point. Because if we see here, he has cylinder 8, cylinder 1, and cylinder 2, 0 misfires. And then if we go here, so 8, 1, and 2, no misfires. 7, 3, 4, and 5. So let me just see if I have 7, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, right. So 7 with 1, 3 with 87, 4 with like 51, and 6 with 78. So 3, 4 different bank. I'm gonna see the actual firing order and um, cylinder positions. But I can definitely see cylinder 3 if we follow the video right here. You see he's going up and down, but look like cylinder 3 and cylinder 6 is still counting, and that's exactly what we see here, right here. So again, when you have one or two cylinders that are misfiring constantly, it's sometimes the computer crankshaft position sensor picks up another one because it's speeding up, and those are very, very sensitive sensors. So let me just give me 1 second. I just unloaded the firing order. So again, the cylinders one, sorry, 3 and 6 are in different, completely different um, bank. Fire in order, they're not even companion cylinders. So we got 1, 2, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. That's the fire in order. So, and we can see, companion, 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 companion. So he definitely have either a vacuum leak uh, for low idle or low RPM misfires. I start with usually with a vacuum leak due to the same, right? So higher RPMs, you might think on coils or injectors. There is a lot of different, what can I say, conditions that can change that. As now that you have, I mean, if you have a dead misfire, you might have even a bad coil, but that will be very easy. I mean, you can unplug them, change it, and that's it. But when you have a misfires and no RPMs, there is a random, like let's say, it's hard to catch. I would recommend to use, and this is a very good test that you don't damage anything. It's not flammable. Just use a spray bottle of water. Try to get close to the injectors in areas that you can spray, even the coils still, and see if it's, something that you can make it even worse. But if it's a vacuum leak and you spray with water, it will suck it immediately, and you will notice a change on the engine RPMs and everything. I mean, it's instantly. All right, so that's a good test. All right, so let's go over to the Curvetracer. I always like to share this. So as you can see, I got like 57 points of tests. I'm not going to run all. I'm going to start doing the tests on first the coils, coil signal. So for those that have not seen me doing this, all I'm going to be doing is follow along because I'm right now in an auto test. So I selected that auto test, and that is the waveform. The red is the memory and the yellow is the current one. And this, sorry, And this, let me make that actually arrow bigger so you guys can see it. You will follow that. I don't know if maybe I change it to red, whatever is easier for you guys to see. I make it bigger. We can see it in here. I'm going to make that magnification a little. Sorry guys, I got interrupted. Oh yeah, but so the image in there has nothing to do with image in hand as far as zooming in or no. I mean it's exactly the same position where the arrow is, or not the arrow, the cross. All right, so I'm going to start with test point 0, which is right there. So I'm going to be touching here. Should probably put my glasses, so give me 1 second. All right, so what I'm going to do is, yes, I can see right here. I'm going to touch there, and we can see how that, you see the area around is green. Not only that, now in the actual bore, we got a green dot. Yeah, if I do that cross too big, it makes the dots humongous. So I'm going to change that because otherwise it's going to, yeah, you see as the size of the arrow, or it's not the arrow, I keep saying arrow, the size of the cross is going to make the dot. So if I go over to the next point, again, I'm going to be touching here. And we can see the green, and now we should have another green mark in there, right? So that's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to now keep touching in here and let you guys see the image. As you see, probably you're going to find out by now is the image is the same. Well, it should, because that is all the coils, right? So we're touching 8 coils. I forgot what point it was. So 1, 2, 4, 5. And yes, it is the same, the same, and the same. So all the upper section on these from the signal to here is exactly the same. So we haven't changed at all. And I think I need to touch 0.8. Yes. So now I'm going to go over the bottom of this. We got the same result. So I'm going to keep going just with the sound. And now we have all green marks on those. Now I'm going over to the actual IC. This is probably an operational amplifier or something like that that is in control of that. So I'm going to touch in here. And then now we have another green in there. Over to the next one. Over to the next one, which is on this area here. And we have, which is good enough, all the pre-drivers, all the circuitry from the computer to the coils is all the same. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I went ahead and even more, I went to try, and I'm going to check the injector circuit. He has misfires for coils, so, but I want to just address and don't just give away something that might be something else. So right here, and that is the signal for the injectors, and I'm right there again in injector 3, and we can see a green dot right there, and I'm going to touch the other one right here, and we got another dot. So now the upper one, and this is just because I'm going in order for his concern, but we can see that all the signals again are the same, and they have to be the same because those are the injectors. If we have a difference in something, then one of the drivers, one of the pre-drivers or something is not working right, right? But you see what I mean? So I'm going to stop here because I think this is more than enough of a test to call this computer good. Why am I saying that? Okay, well, look at here. All this area for all the calls is all green. All these areas, 6 of the injectors, counting 3 and 7, and 4 others are good. So what do I need to continue with this computer? Nothing else. The problem that he has, not in here. I cannot reproduce it. This is not a problem that we have that can be reproduced in here. A random misfire, if it's a vacuum leak or something else, it's going to have to be repaired in the car. But yeah, so I try to stress as much as I can. I try to perform the test and gather the information to give the right advice to the customer. And this is exactly what I'm doing now. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and pura vida, as we say in Costa Rica. Talk to you later. Bye bye.